Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates. The Han Solo trailer was finally dropped today, and of course the TV spot yesterday, so I thought I would give you my thoughts on the actual teaser, as well as some thoughts on how it could possibly translate into a Battlefront 2 season in the future. If you're looking for a more in-depth analysis of every little frame, I would suggest you to go and check out Alex from Star Wars Explains version, because he does a lot better job than I could ever do breaking that down, so I will leave a link to that in the description below. So, what are my thoughts on this trailer? Well, I have to say that I'm pleasantly surprised about the trailer. So far, I really like the music and the fact that they have gone for a little bit of a different theme compared to the other movies. But I'm still not sold on Alden as Han Solo, and I think that's going to be hard for a lot of us to digest because, well, Harrison Ford is Han Solo. But I'm going to go into the movie cautiously optimistic, because I still think this could be a really good movie. Although a Han Solo centered movie overall, it's not something that I've personally wanted to have, but I think it looks very interesting. The visuals are obviously amazing as always. I really love that shot of the Star Destroyer going through that storm, and Donald Glover looks amazing as Lando. I also like some of the new outfits we've seen for him, and I'm actually less worried about Lando than I am about Han, because, well, he's such a big character in the whole Star Wars saga. So yeah, it's probably gonna be the movie I have the least expectations on so far, because I'd rather go in with low expectations and then be pleasantly surprised than the other way around. But I think Disney also knows that if they do put out a half-bad movie, that would just really hurt their brand, and I'm sure they're very confident in this movie. So what about Battlefront 2 and a potential season? Because I think it's very likely that we would get a season themed around the Han Solo movie in May when it's actually released. It could be season 3 or potentially 4. I think 3 is probably the likeliest, considering that we got the Bespin DLC in June 2016. So if we get the Han Solo season 1 month earlier than that, that's still faster content than we did get for the last games. But what could it contain? And I think the big question is, would we get a new skin for Lando and Han that brings in their younger actors? I'm not sure. Do people want that, or would they rather see some of the newer characters? But would that then make it weird if we had the old skins on potential new planets? It's really tricky, and I'm honestly not sure, because I think creating a brand new skin for new actors would be not as hard as creating a brand new hero, but it would definitely take a lot of development time. So personally, I feel like it's more likely that we might get some of the vehicles and planets and such, and not as likely that we get characters. But this is just pure speculation, and I'm not really sure what they could make of a Han Solo season. There are some new vehicles like these two speeder vehicles that could definitely be fun to drive around in. The train scene, although being one of my favorites in the actual trailer, is something that I do not think would fit in Battlefront. But there are a lot of planets we see here, both the kind of sand planets and the snowy planets, that could definitely fit as a map. The question is just, are they gonna be different enough from the current snow and sand planets we have that it's actually gonna be worth creating them, other than just getting initial hype from the movie? And if we are talking about characters, it seems like this kind of primitive and futuristic guy, who seems to be one of the main rivals for Han Solo, because we can see him in a kind of a standoff with him here, could be a character that could be nice to have in the game. And it's always probably easier to create heroes that do not have a face, because you don't really need to be as exact. I mean, you guys know how bad a character looks if they have the slightly wrong face, whereas if it's just a mask, well, that's gonna be a lot easier to recreate. And although I went into this trailer thinking a lot about how this could be turned into a Battlefront 2 season, I think it's really hard to judge, because you can pretty much take anything or nothing and create a season out of it, and there's no real big open battles, because that's not what the movie is about. So it's really hard to judge what kind of content they could make. But they've been very clear about the fact that they are open to adding new stuff to the game in terms of game modes and things that we might not have seen so far in the Battlefront franchise. And considering how different this movie seems to be compared to other Star Wars movies, maybe that's a good opportunity to add game modes that we do not expect to see in the game at all. Smaller game modes, skirmishes, and things that do not fit in Galactic Assault and things like that. Because I highly doubt we will see any battles in this movie that are gonna look similar to Galactic Assault. But I'm really curious to hear, what do you guys think about the trailer overall, and what could you potentially see as future season content that could be coming to the game, if any, because they haven't said anything about a potential Han Solo season, but I just thought it was very likely to make use of the hype around the movie to create content for the game. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.